What is up, YouTube? I am doing a little bit of meal prepping right now, and I figured I could use this time to talk about how I eat, how I diet, and why. Hold on, let me find something. Need my taco seasoning. So specifically, I want to talk about intermittent fasting. I've been doing intermittent fasting for, I don't know, well over a year at this point, and I've done it before in the past. I took like a little 6-month break, and then I went back to intermittent fasting. And I recently posted a video on like Instagram and YouTube where I did my full day of eating, and I said meal number 1, I had around 4 o'clock that day. And there were so many comments that were like, 4 o'clock, how do you make it to 4 o'clock without eating? And I actually do need to prepare my food right now, so this might not be the best visual video, but audio-wise, hopefully you can hear me. So yeah, a lot of people were like, dang, you don't eat till 4 o'clock, that's crazy. And I did say in the beginning of the video that it was intermittent fasting, but I don't know if they never heard of it or what, but they thought it was so crazy that I didn't eat till 4 o'clock. So I've been doing intermittent fasting for well over a year straight at this point, and I would say on average, my first meal I usually have somewhere between 3 and 6 p.m. every day. With most of the time, it falls around 4:30 o'clock p.m. And I do it for a few reasons. So number 1, I've never been like super hungry in the morning, and I would have to like kind of force breakfast, especially if I have it super early. So I was just like, I'm not hungry. Why don't I just listen to my body and eat when I get hungry? And that would have been maybe at like 11, 12 o'clock is when I would naturally get hungry back in the day. But then I just started pushing it a little bit further, and now I just naturally don't get hungry until between 3 and 6 o'clock, usually around 4:30. And I do it because I like to eat a lot of food in one sitting. Like, I like that full feeling when I'm done eating. I don't like to have like 5 little tiny meals spread out throughout the day. It would make it really hard for me to control my calories and stay at maintenance or in a calorie deficit if I were to split up and have that many meals throughout the day. Like, let's say if I woke up first thing in the morning and had something to eat, first of all, it would make me really tired. Anytime I eat in the morning, pretty much anytime I eat, I get tired right afterwards, especially if I have carbs. Like, if you forced me to have breakfast and said have something for breakfast, I'd probably have like eggs, because it would be protein and fat. And usually if I just have protein and fat, I won't get nearly as tired as if I have carbs. You get that insulin spike and it just makes you so freaking sleepy, and it makes it hard for me to get like anything done for the day if I have breakfast. Yeah, so that's a big reason why I do it. I notice that I have way more energy throughout the day when I do intermittent fasting. Usually my day goes like, I wake up, I go to the gym, and then I get work done on my phone. I'll come home, get the rest of my work done on my laptop, and then usually by the time I'm finishing up my work, that's about when I start to get hungry, and then I can eat my food and wind down for the day. Usually I can just eat and chill for the rest of the day, but sometimes I'll need to eat my first meal and then get a little bit more work done. Yeah, for me, it's like, I don't even think about food when I get up at this point. It's just like, wake up, go on about my day, and then when I'm done with everything, I'll be hungry, and it kind of just works out perfectly for me in that way. Yeah, that's pretty much the reasons why I do it. Higher energy levels, and it makes it easier for me to stay at maintenance or in a calorie deficit. I don't really do bulks. If I do a bulk, it would be a very lean bulk. At this point, I'm really trying to maintain the muscle that I have, and sometimes I'll try to get super lean for something, like if I'm going to a beach vacation, or I have the Miami lift event coming up, I'll want to look good for that. Pretty much anytime I want to look like extra shredded, I'll just do a cut for like 3 to 4 weeks, because I maintain my body fat usually around like 13%. I would say maybe max 14%. So it's easy for me to get down to like 10, 11%. I feel like at 10, 11%, you look pretty dang shredded. And there's not really a reason to get much further than that unless you're gonna do like a bodybuilding competition. And I don't want to do a bodybuilding competition. I just want to look pretty good all the time and look super good sometimes if I really need to. So that's a big benefit. If I ever want to get like lean, I only have to diet for 3-4 weeks, you know? And I eat on a diet mostly the same stuff that I eat when I'm not on a diet. But when I'm not on a diet, I'll just have like way more treats. Like I'll eat a lot of Oreos or cookies or whatever. But my main meals stay the same. Like I'll always have ground beef bowls and protein ice creams every day. And if I want to get shredded, that's all I'll eat. If I don't really care and I'm not really trying to get shredded, then I can have some cookies or I can have some whatever. Maybe I can go out to eat a little bit more often. Today I'm trying to make ground beef mixed with ground turkey to see if I can get like a leaner concoction. And I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm probably not gonna like this and I'm gonna have to eat it for like 5 days anyway, but whatever. I thought it was worth a shot. I got 96.4 lean ground beef and 99% lean ground turkey. So I feel like if I can mix them, I can get like a 97% lean ground beef type of thing, which I'm like, is it worth that 1 extra percent to make it not taste very good? I don't know, but I figured I would try it because I was at the store and I was like, had the idea. But I've never mixed white meat with red meat before. We'll see how it turns out. But anyway, that's why I eat. Now, like, should you do intermittent fasting? I think it depends on the person, depends on your goals, depends on a lot of things. So like, I would say if you're like a super skinny dude and you're really trying to put on muscle and you don't have much of an appetite, no, don't do intermittent fasting. Wake up, eat protein a few hours later. Whatever you got to do to make sure that you're getting in enough protein every day, like at least 1 gram per pound. I'm 180 pounds and right now on the cut, I'm eating like 250 plus grams of protein. Is that overkill? I don't know. Some studies say that it is and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that it is because I've eaten before the same amount of calories with 250 plus protein and 200 less protein, 200 or less protein. And every single time I've ended up leaner and more muscular when I'm eating more protein. So I don't know who they did these studies on. I don't believe it personally, just from my own anecdotal personal life experience. That's never been the case for me. I could never eat the same amount of calories and have like less protein, more carbs and end up with the same calories and have the exact same physique. It never happens. I always have to eat more protein at the same amount of calories to have the more shredded, bigger physique. So I don't know who said that, but anyway, at least 1 gram per pound, if not more. I would do like 1.25, 1.5. You can get crazy with it. I don't think you can overdo protein, to be honest, unless you're someone that already has kidney problems. Then you want to talk to your doctor and see if it's okay if you eat a lot of protein, maybe get some tests done. But if you have perfectly healthy kidneys, eating a lot of protein is not going to damage them. Anyway, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, should you do intermittent fasting? So yeah, if you're a skinny dude, very low appetite and you're trying to put on muscle, no. If you're obese and you love eating a lot of food and it's hard for you to keep your overall calories for the day low enough for you to lose weight, then yeah, it might be a good idea for you to try intermittent fasting. You still want to like track your macros, you know, with intermittent fasting to make sure that you're eating what you need to eat, but it will make it easier if you push all that food to the end of the day. I like it at the end of the day. You could do it at the beginning. I find it hard to stop eating once you start eating. So I feel like pushing the food to the end of the day is a lot easier than bringing the food to the beginning of the day. Yeah, if you push it all in, you get to eat more at once. So you get more of a full feeling. And I find like before you start eating, it's pretty easy to not eat until you get like super hungry. You know what I mean? But once you start eating, then you're like off to the races. So if you have breakfast, then you're gonna kind of want to eat all day. But if you don't have breakfast and you push that first meal off as long as you possibly can, then you're gonna get to eat more at once and stay within the calories that you need to. So yeah, I'd say if you have a bigger appetite and your goal is not to get bigger and gain more muscle, then intermittent fasting is a good option. It's also a good option if you're already muscular and you want to maintain or lean out and you also have a big appetite, big enough appetite that you can eat the amount of protein that you need to within however many hours you're fasted. So most people do like 16-8. 16 hours doesn't seem like a very long time to me to not eat. I do like 19 or 20 or so. Let me think. So I usually stop eating around 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. So let's say 9:30. 9:30 to 9:30 is 12 hours. Then we got 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. Yeah, so 19 hours, 7 plus 12. So I usually don't eat for 19 hours a day, and I eat all my food within a 5-hour window, sometimes less, because sometimes I won't have my first meal till like 6 p.m. So yeah, but you could do it, you know, you don't have to do 19 hours, you could do 16. So if you stopped eating at 9 o'clock at night, you could eat, well, that would be 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. the next day. Could be your first meal rather than waking up and having breakfast, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And if you have a bigger appetite, it can just help you keep those calories lower for the day with less effort. So anyway, I was probably rambling. I'm not very good at like staying on track and making point by point. If I keep making YouTube videos, you'll see that that's the case. I'm not a planner. I, you know, didn't write out little bullet points and be like, all right, first of all, tell them that it gives you more energy throughout the day, that it makes you feel more energy. And then move on to it helps you eat less. And then move on to should they do it? Nah, I just kind of randomly said all that shit. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more vlogs from me, then leave it in the comments and hit the subscribe button, like button, notification bell. And I'll talk to you later. Peace out.